Imagine stepping into a world indistinguishable from reality. Feel the wind caress your skin as you climb Mount Everest. Smell the gunpowder in a Wild West shootout. Taste the sweet victory of downing a dragon in a medieval duel. This isn't science fiction. This is the promise of full-dive virtual reality, and it's closer than you think. For decades, we've dreamed of immersing ourselves completely in digital realms. We crave the escape, the adventure, the limitless possibilities that only virtual worlds can offer. We yearn to break free from the constraints of our physical bodies and embrace the infinite potential of our minds. This isn't just about escapism. Full-dive VR has the potential to revolutionize how we learn, work, and interact with each other. Imagine attending a historical event as it unfolds, collaborating on a project in a shared virtual space, or experiencing the world through the eyes of someone from a different culture. The future of human experience is about to get a major upgrade. Are you ready to dive in? Full-dive VR is the holy grail of immersive experiences. It's about transcending the limitations of traditional VR headsets and entering a world where our senses are completely engaged. We're not just talking about seeing and hearing in the virtual world. We're talking about feeling, tasting, smelling, truly experiencing it with our entire being. Imagine a world where you can download skills like Neo learning Kung Fu in the Matrix, or a world where you can travel to distant planets and interact with alien life forms. The possibilities are endless, limited only by our imagination. But full-dive VR is more than just entertainment. Imagine the educational potential, experiencing historical events firsthand, exploring the human body from the inside out, or even traveling to distant galaxies without ever leaving your chair. This technology promises to break down barriers between the real and digital, blurring the lines between what we perceive and what we experience. It's about unlocking the full potential of human consciousness. While current VR technology has made impressive strides, we're still wading in the shallow end of the full dive pool. Today's headsets, while capable of delivering visually impressive experiences, still rely on clunky controllers and external sensors. These limitations create a disconnect between our minds and the virtual world, reminding us that we're still tethered to reality. The sensory experience is also limited. We might see and hear the virtual world, but we can't feel the texture of a rough-hewn wall or smell the salty air of the ocean. This lack of tactile and olfactory feedback shatters the illusion of immersion, preventing us from truly losing ourselves in the experience. The biggest hurdle, however, is the interface. We navigate virtual worlds using buttons, joysticks, and hand-tracking tools that feel primitive compared to the fluidity and intuitiveness of our own thoughts. To unlock the true potential of full-dive VR, we need a more direct connection between our brains and the virtual world. Section 4, Neuralink, the bridge to true immersion. Enter Neuralink, Elon Musk's ambitious venture into the realm of brain-computer interfaces. Neuralink envisions a future where we can interact with computers and, by extension, virtual worlds using only our minds. Imagine bypassing the limitations of clunky headsets and controllers, instead navigating virtual landscapes, manipulating objects, and experiencing sensations with the power of thought. Neuralink's technology involves implanting tiny thread-like electrodes into the brain. These electrodes can read and interpret neural activity, essentially translating our thoughts into digital commands. While still in its early stages, Neuralink has already demonstrated its potential in animal trials, allowing monkeys to control computer cursors and play video games using only their minds. The implications for VR are staggering. With Neuralink, we could move through virtual environments with the same ease and fluidity as we do in the real world. We could experience sensations with an unprecedented level of realism, feeling the weight of a virtual sword or the warmth of the sun on our skin. Neuralink has the potential to bridge the gap between our brains and the digital world, ushering in a new era of truly immersive virtual experiences. Section 5, Gaming Nirvana, Thought-Controlled Adventures Await. Imagine a world where you could cast spells in a fantasy RPG with a flick of your wrist, or pilot a spaceship through an asteroid field using only your mind. This is the promise of Neuralink-powered gaming, where our thoughts become actions, and the line between player and avatar blurs into oblivion. No longer bound by the limitations of controllers, We could experience games with unparalleled levels of immersion and control. Imagine feeling the adrenaline rush of a firefight in a first-person shooter, the satisfaction of landing a perfect headshot with a thought. But the real game changer lies in the realm of sensory experience. Imagine feeling the impact of every blow in a fighting game, the wind whipping past you as you race down a mountainside in a sports car. With Neuralink, games could evoke a full spectrum of emotions and physical sensations, blurring the line between fantasy and reality. The future of gaming is about to get a whole lot more immersive, and Neuralink is holding the controller.